Translator. The job of a translator is to help people understand each other by changing words from one language to another. Translators work with spoken or written language, and they often work with documents, books, websites, or even conversations. They play an important role in making communication easier between people who speak different languages. Translators are needed in many areas such as business, education, healthcare, and government. The work they do helps connect people and share information across the world. Every day, translators read or listened to words in one language, called the source language, and rewrite or say these words in a different language, called the target language. This process requires focus and strong language skills. A translator must know both languages very well to translate accurately. They need to understand the meanings of words, phrases, and sentences so they can express the same idea clearly in the new language. One of the main tasks of a translator is to read and understand the original text or listen carefully to spoken words. They read or listen carefully to make sure they understand every word and idea. Translators must understand not only the words, but also the meaning behind the words. For example, some words have more than one meaning, so translators must choose the right meaning for the context. This is why translators need to know both languages deeply and understand how to use them in different situations. After understanding the original text, translators start the process of translating. They change the text from the source language to the target language, trying to keep the original meaning as close as possible. Translators often work with sentences or paragraphs, not just individual words. This helps them create smooth, natural sentences in the new language. Translating word for word does not always work because languages have different ways of expressing ideas, so translators need to focus on meaning, not just words. Translators have to pay attention to grammar, spelling, and punctuation in both languages. Making a mistake with these can change the meaning of a sentence, so translators are very careful. They double-check their work to make sure everything is correct. This is especially important when translating official documents, such as legal papers, medical records, or business contracts. Errors in these documents can cause big problems, so accuracy is very important in a translator's job. In addition to language skills, translators also need cultural knowledge. Languages are not just about words. They also include culture. Each language has expressions, idioms, and phrases that only make sense within that culture. For example, an English idiom like "it's raining cats and dogs" may not make sense in other languages. A good translator understands these cultural differences and finds the best way to express them in the target language. This helps the translation sound natural and makes it easy for people to understand. Sometimes, translators work with specific topics or fields like medicine, law, or technology. These areas have their own special words and phrases. Translators who work in these fields need to know the specific language and terms used. For example, a medical translator needs to understand medical terms to translate health documents correctly. This special knowledge makes sure that important information is not lost or misunderstood in the translation. Translators often take time to study these terms and keep learning to stay up to date in their field. Many translators use tools to help them with their work. One of these tools is translation software, which can help make the process faster. Some translators use online dictionaries or special databases to check the meanings of words. However, translation software cannot fully replace human translators. Machines may not understand the meaning or culture behind words, so human translators are needed to make sure the text sounds natural and correct. Technology is useful, but human skills and knowledge are still very important. Working as a translator requires patience and attention to detail. Translators work carefully and often spend a lot of time on one document to make sure it is accurate. The process of translation can be long, especially for big projects like books or manuals. Translators may read through the document several times, making changes and improvements to ensure everything is correct. Patience is important because even small mistakes can change the meaning of a text. Communication skills are also important for translators. They often work with clients who need translations for different purposes. Some clients may need translations for business, others for personal reasons. Translators must listen to their clients' needs and make sure they understand the purpose of the translation. This helps the translator choose the right words and style for the document. A good translator asks questions if they are unsure about something and communicates clearly with the client to avoid misunderstandings. In addition to written translations, some translators work as interpreters. Interpreters translate spoken language in real time, such as during a meeting, conference, or phone call. Interpreting is similar to translating but happens immediately, without time to review. Interpreters must think and speak quickly while still keeping the message accurate. This can be challenging, especially when interpreting complex topics or technical language. Interpreters need strong listening and speaking skills and must stay calm under pressure. Translators play an important role in connecting people and ideas across the world. They make it possible for people to understand each other, share information, and work together, even if they speak different languages. In a global world, where people and businesses often interact across countries, translators help make communication smooth and clear. They help spread knowledge and connect cultures, making the world feel smaller and more connected. Being a translator can be a rewarding job. Translators learn about different cultures, ideas, and subjects while they work. They get to help people communicate and understand each other, which can be satisfying. Translators take pride in their work because they know that accurate translations make a difference. They make sure that the words and ideas stay true to the original meaning, even when expressed in a different language. In conclusion, the job of a translator is both challenging and meaningful. Translators need strong language skills, cultural knowledge, and attention to detail. They must be patient, accurate, and careful in their work. Whether they are working on documents, books, or live conversations, translators help people connect and understand each other. Their work is essential in a world where language barriers exist, and their skills allow people from different places to share ideas, work together, and solve problems. For people who love languages and cultures, the job of a translator is both interesting and important. Translators help make communication possible across the globe, bridging gaps and building understanding one word at a time.